Hello everyone and welcome to another episode all about Fursuiter, this series where we interview furries, get to know a little bit more about the furry fandom, one furry at a time. Yes. I know it's been a little while since I posted a video. That's mainly because recently I was literally in the ER. I was actually in the ER. I was literally having medical issues, and I was dealing with a lot, as some of you might have noticed from my posts on Twitter, and for those who are on Telegram with me. So, I've been going through a lot medically, but I'm doing a lot better now. So, with that being said, we're going to be interviewing FIREFOX, and we're going to be asking him 5 questions. But first off, let's introduce FIREFOX. FIREFOX, how are you doing?
Hello, Benji. How are you doing? Thank you for having me on. This is new to me. As you can tell, I have no idea what I'm doing, and I threw everything together as fast as possible, as is my style. So, but again, thank you for having me on. I think we met at MFF, right? You could correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's about right. Either way, thank you.
I will admit, I do remember meeting you at MFF. It was really cool to meet you. Also, I understand being new, but you're gonna do great. You're gonna do awesome, and we're gonna be all so excited to hear your story. So, without further ado, let's get into the first question, and that is, who made your fursuit?
My suit was made by Ginger Suits. She is I think a Californian. I think she's in California. Don't quote me on that. She might have moved. But she's a suit maker that's very big on TikTok. I'm sure you've seen. You've probably run into her videos there. I don't know what else to say other than she's a fantastic worker. She knows what she's doing. I had a very good experience with her when I first got this suit, which was about, oh man, longer than I like to admit. I think I was like 3 years ago, I think, something like that. I'm old now. But she was great. She was, I didn't think payment plans were a thing. Like, she helped me with that. I don't know if she still is. Again, that was my experience. But it was great. I wouldn't have been able to, have the life I had so far if it wasn't for the work she did.
I've actually heard of Ginger Suits before. They make really good quality suits, and I think that it's really cool that they made your suit. They definitely make really good work, and definitely be sure to check them out. I'll leave a link in the description down below to their website. So yeah, check them out for sure. Yes. On to question 2 now, and that is, what are some positive experiences you've had within the furry fandom?
Where do I start? There are so many positive experiences I've had in this amazing fandom. I don't know where to start. I mean, I guess I'll have to start with my boyfriend. I met him in this fandom about 3 years ago or so. Well, yeah, I guess it was 3 years ago. Jeez. And so then that's been great ever since. So I guess I have to start there. I'd be in trouble if I didn't. But other than that, the conventions I've been to, I used to go to a lot of conventions. I still do. I still try to make, at least a couple a year. And every time it is a new thing. It's a new experience every time. I go for different reasons to different cons. The people, I guess, is my overall thing, I'd say. I've met some amazing furries in this fandom.
I think that is really neat, Arch. That is so cool. You've had so many positive experiences within the furry fandom, just in general. That is so neat that you've had that. I'm really happy for you. So happy. So that's so awesome. On to the third question. This is something I really want to ask for you specifically, Arch. And that is, tell us about Yaf Yaf.
Yaf Yaf is my company. We are a small furry clothing brand that started about 2 years ago, but just now really getting off the ground. It's been kind of my passion project on the side. Basically, what people would ask is, well, what like makes us any different? And that's a valid question. One I ask myself every day. But you know, because I love Hyena Agenda. I love Nomad Complex. We all do. They're fantastic. I have nothing against them. They're amazing. But what I wanted to see is a company that kind of explored the younger and newer artists of the fandom. Because I think that's what really is the driving force of this fandom is it's the art. And I just really had this idea. Well, it started as when I was doing Twitch and stuff. I got affiliate, and I thought I was going to go down the Twitch route, and I haven't really. But at the time, you know, I was like, okay, maybe I need some merch. And I just started looking into it, and I was like, okay, but if I need merch, I'm sure there's other people who need merch too. And then that kind of like derailed into thinking about artists who would be doing the art for it and everything. And once I started looking into it, I was like, you know what? I feel like there should be a company that really focuses on the newer artists in the fandom. Give them an outlet so that they can get their art on shirts, on products, and get the recognition for it. Because that's the biggest thing, is there definitely are great artists in this fandom that, you know, that have their products out there, and I think it's fantastic. But I mean, most people don't know who, you know, these companies use for their artists. A lot of them are you know, just the owners as themselves, but we don't really know, and that rubs me the wrong way. I kind of want I want to make sure that the artists are getting 100% of the recognition that they deserve.
You know, personally, I think that is really, really neat that you're looking for a clothing store that is looking for younger and newer artists. That is really neat. I love that. I'll leave your website in the description down below if you want to check out his merch. His merch website. I've checked it out before. It's really awesome. I love everything about it. I've actually thought about buying something from there at some point. Really cool stuff. Really amazing. So definitely check out yapyop.com. Yes. On to question 4 now. This is a pretty simple question. That is, why a fox?
Okay, well, why I chose a fox? It's a long, complicated answer, which you would think I'm joking when I say that. It's not. To summarize, so it's not too long of a question, an answer, I should say, is I needed to be a fox because it was the most stereotypical furry thing I could be. The reason I wanted that is because at the time, when I made this character, I was what you'd call an anti-fur. I did not like furries. I was awful. I made fun of them. Me and my friends were just kind of mean. Like, for no reason, we kind of just were awful. And I didn't like it. It eventually just started to not sit well with me. But at the time, we were going into discords and stuff that we should not have been in, you know. These were furries just trying to have their fun times, and we were, you know, infiltrating them, if you would say. So we needed characters, and I needed to make one up really quick. And I was like, well, I want one that's believable. At the time, my name was Archaeopteryx. I don't know why. I've just always had a thing for dinosaurs and dino birds and stuff like that. So you would think I would have just stuck with that. I tried. It didn't work. I was like, this isn't furry enough. So sorry bird furries, but it just wasn't going to work for the role we were trying to play. So I switched it to a fox because it's like, everyone's a fox apparently. So great, that'll work. So I shortened Archaeopteryx to Arch, and there you go. That's how I'm here.
I think that's really ironic. I've heard a lot of stories where anti-furs become furries, and apparently you are one of them. Well, that is pretty cool, though, nonetheless, that you ended up having a really good ending like that, because I know some don't. But that's really cool, though, that you became a fox, that your persona looks awesome. I just want to say your persona looks awesome. It's cool that you became a fox, because foxes, again, are really awesome. They're really good. They're really good. In fact, I have another persona that is a fox. Because, I mean, foxes are awesome, and that was my first persona before a beagle happened. So, yeah, I have to admit, foxes, I guess, are the most common persona in the fandom. So, at least that's just my opinion, but it might be fact as well. And now, on to the fifth, and final question. And that is, what are some positive things that you would want to show to others within the furry fandom today?
Do what you want to do. I know that sounds cliche, but seriously, in this fandom, why I joined this fandom was I saw that everyone was so supportive of no matter what it is you're doing, how well you're doing it, and let's be honest, how terribly you're doing it. It doesn't matter. We all support each other. And that's something that outside of this fandom just doesn't really happen. You know, so whatever your hobby is in the fandom, dancing, music, or anything, I mean, just go for it. Like, no matter what, you're probably going to be better than most. I'm just speaking directly to you and your anxiety here, because I have it too, major, obviously. And yeah, just go for it. You have nothing to lose. And in fact, furries are so strangely supportive of no matter how well you're doing or not. So even if you're terrible, go for it. Just go for it. Who cares? Have fun. Because honestly, we're all not great at what we do. It's just true. I mean, look at how I set this up. Does this look any bit professional? Not at all. It's probably awful. But you know what? I'm doing it because who cares? We're furries. We love each other. Like that's what it's about. And just go for whatever you're gonna do. So I guess my positivity spread is advice. Some real advice. Really, just your anxiety is just it's not real. It doesn't really exist in you know. I mean, it does. I'm not denying it. 100% is there. But you know what I mean. Ignore it, because you're amazing, and you can do it. You can do whatever. So that's about it.
I think that is really cool. I have to admit, I have anxiety too, so that's just a very good advice. Just go for it. I think a lot of us furries, or just people in general, struggle with anxiety, so it's definitely very good advice, Arch. Definitely very wise, definitely.
And with that, I think that's all the questions. Hopefully this was long enough. I have no idea if this was long enough, but I appreciate you bringing me on and asking me some questions. I feel bad because we haven't even really talked much, me and you, Benji. I don't know much about you, so I'd love to hear about you because this is a great little operation you got going on here. And thank you all for watching. Subscribe to Benji if you haven't already. I am just now. I didn't even know you existed. This is amazing. So yes, more of this, please. All right. Well, thank you. You can check me out on TikTok or whatever's still allowed. You know. See ya.
I want to give a big thanks to ArchFox for being on this interview. I know we definitely should chat more, Arch, because you definitely are an amazing person. I definitely wanted to pick you on this interview because you are so positive, so amazing. Even though you don't know it, you are such a good-hearted person, and that's why I wanted to pick you for this interview. You definitely have done so much for the fandom, even though you don't know it. Or maybe you do, I don't know. But either way, I wanted to pick you specifically for this. You definitely are an amazing person, and I'm definitely happy to have you on here. It was awesome. I know you said you were new, and you might have been nervous, but I never could tell. You did an amazing job, and you're awesome. Definitely, everyone, be sure to check out ArchFox in the description down below. I'll leave all the links to ArchFox in the description down below. Also, check out Yap Yop. I'm going to leave his clothing merch website in the description down below as well. Also, be sure to check out Ginger Suits, because his Fursuit maker did an amazing job with his suit. So be sure to check that out. All the links to all that will be in the description down below. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. It was such an honor to interview Arch. Amazing person. If y'all enjoyed this, give this a like, subscribe, turn on notifications. But as for always, I bid y'all a good farewell.